Brennan displayed great hands and toughness over the middle. Brennan goes after the ball and usually gets it. His 35 receptions were most for a rookie since Paul Warfield 20 years ago.
Touchdown, Brennan!
He had that intangible that you can't give someone as a coach. And he played to the level of his ability every game.
He was very competitive, one of the most competitive guys I've encountered in my sporting days. Brian hates losing at anything. Everything he does, he wants to be the best. On the football field, he took those extra hard hits across the middle and never flinched, never let anybody know he was hurt.
Brian was that type of player. You know, he played to the level of his ability, and when it counted, that's when he got it done.
Kosar and the Browns coming right back. 2nd and 1 from the 30. Surprise, they're going to pass. Brian Brennan, touchdown.
In fact, throwing to number 86 was on a 3rd down and short yardage was just about as reliable as running the ball.
He had a very good work ethic, and he had to work very hard to be good at football because he was born with God-given talent, but he didn't have the size and the makeup and a lot of the other things that came naturally.
He always had that attitude he was going to succeed and he was going to show everybody how good he was. And it goes a long way in Brian's makeup, and what's made him so successful is just mental toughness and attitude.
Drive on the field, and a good example of drive off the field is Brian fits in a very small group of professional athletes who worried about what he was going to do in the quote life after professional sports, starting out doing regular brokering and then into the bond business, and now very successful at Key.
And I think it's a function of the planning he did during his football days in terms of, making contacts and using those contacts to ensure that, he had a career after his life in football.
Talent is God-given, but character is a matter of choice. I knew that he would be a good pick then, but I knew about his character. And he did a great job staying here, making it his home. He is now giving back what was given to him.
I think Brian is a tremendous advocate for an organization like Boys Hope, Girls Hope because of his commitment to help people, to use his football successes to benefit others.
I think anything Brian gets involved with, whether it's with Key or whether it's on the nonprofits he's at, is Brian's a good cheerleader. If Brian believes in something, he rallies, gets people on board and moving in the right direction.
Brian had been championing the golf outing, the Brian Brennan Golf Classic, since Boys Hope, Girls Hope was established way back in 1988, some 25 years ago.
I think to date they've raised $4.5 million doing this event, which is pretty impressive.
A young athlete who was generous enough to make the kind of effort that he made to generate the kind of revenues that would support this organization, now he is part of that, sort of total picture.
This is our biggest fundraiser of the year. We count on this to really help keep those houses going, to hire the right people, to get the right staff in place, and to make it a success, and to change these kids' lives.
It's not a super competitive event except for Brian. Brian being the competitor that he is, I'm sure he's already planning how he's going to win the event and who his partners are going to be.
His participation in the event and his desire to raise funds and make it successful is nothing short of outstanding.
Brian's favorite saying is there's no substitute for family life, and I know that's his number one thing, and I really think that is what he loves about the Boys Hope thing, the family. It might not be a traditional family, but it's a family environment, it's loving and caring, there's discipline, there's responsibility. I think he thinks that's a big recipe for success.
Being part of the charity, being part of this community, what he's meant to our community and to this event for almost 25 years now and going is something that really I think is a tribute to him.
I would like to thank Brian on behalf of Boys Hope, Girls Hope, and I'd like to thank him on behalf of the staff. But most of all, I'd like to thank him on behalf of all of the hundreds of scholars who have benefited over the years from his enormous contributions to the program. I'd like to say thank you, Brian.